Hello everybody, welcome back to the Professor's Garage. Today I have a video that I am going to enjoy making. I don't know why I haven't thought of making this video before, at least I don't think I've thought of making this video before. But, well, you already know what it's about. You read the title of the video. And you see what's going on here. So, I am recording this on National Hat Day in the United States. And for anyone who has known me IRL, you know I like hats. Well, at least I'm pretty sure you do. So I have a stack of hats over here. And a hat right there. Well, a couple hats right there and two right here. I am going to go through and give a brief story on all of these hats and quick mention on some hats that I no longer own and then a couple hats that I really want. So, before we go any further, this video is not sponsored by any of the companies or associations or... I don't have any team hats, unfortunately. Any entity that will be shown on here. It is not sponsored. If you do want to sponsor me and you see this video, reach out to me. I would love to consider hat sponsorships. I can be a little bit picky with my hats. Not too picky, but... well, let's get started. We'll go ahead and start with these hats that are on top of my head first. And then work through the others. So this one is on top, so we'll talk about this one first. This hat was given to me by my father-in-law a year or two ago. After I moved up here? Before? I don't remember. I think it was after I moved here to Montana. I'm pretty sure. But anyways, I don't know what style hat. I think this is very reminiscent of the Kango style hat. I don't know. But it's a felt hat. Say what it is. It does not say what material it is or anything. But it is a felt hat of some kind with a little bit of elastic on the inside. But it was too big for him and he didn't wear it. He wear it anymore. He wore it with a German-themed band that he played trombone with, I think it was, quite a few years ago. Cool. Next hat. But anyways, it didn't fit him anymore, and so he knew I liked hat and gave it to me. This hat is my top hat. If you went to school with me, you probably recognize this hat. I got this hat for like $8 at Spirit Halloween. I was in high school, so it was quite a while ago. It was, I don't know, 15 years ago that I got this hat. But my senior year, I wasn't at the very beginning, but sometime during the year, I started putting playing cards in between the little band and the hat to count down till the last day of school. And people would come up to me and they look at my hat like, how many days? Oh, 28. Awesome. Things like that. And there was one day that it was raining. And so this is just a super cheap, like felt paper, it feels like, hat. But it's super cheap. Very thin. But it was raining. There was a rainy day and I didn't feel like wearing it and getting it ruined because I thought the rain might ruin it. I did sit on it once. I don't think I sat all the way down on it, but I did sit on it once. And I think I've talked about this hat too much. Next hat. I'm going to have a big pile of hats up here. This hat is a hat that I made for my wife. I crocheted it. And I didn't know that it would come out looking like a Rasta hat. I know it's not exactly what a Rasta hat looks like, but it is very reminiscent, and she said that too. But yeah. Crocheted it for her, and the other today or yesterday I was wearing this hat, and I was taking it off, and I felt like just how it is up here, and I was like, ooh, this is a high quality hat and a very well made hat. And so, I don't know, I was tooting my own horn, but I even looked on the inside, and you can't see any hanging yarn from or tails from when I started or where I finished. But it was a fun hat to make, and yeah, that's enough about that one. Moving along, I know this video is going to be long, but I got a lot of hats, and so it's going to be like 25, 30 minutes. But this next hat, can I tell if it's back or front? Yeah. Okay. This, I made this to do a cosplay of a character. I think I might want to keep that character a surprise, unless you have any clues. If you have any guesses as to what hat this is a cosplay for, go ahead and put it in the description. The character is bald, with tattoos. I do not want to shave my head or wear a bald cap, so I thought, hey, let's crochet a nice bald cap and do some embroidery for the tattoos. But I actually think I'm going to hang this on my wall of failures. There's a couple of failures right there. If you want me to talk about those, let me know. And, but I might redo it with, it's done with a double crochet. And I've used the same pattern that I did for this with slight variations. But I might switch and try and do a single crochet because I think it will take the embroidery of the tattoos much more easily, because that's difficult. Next hat. This is a hat that I asked my wife to make me. This is based on Jane's hat from Firefly. I really like that hat, and I asked my wife to make me it. I did not make it myself because part of it was that his mom, the character Jane, his mom made the hat for him and sent it to him, and so I wanted someone else to make me the hat. So my wife made this for me. I asked her to make it, and she made it for me. I do need to add the tails and a pom-pom. I've had this for her 3 or 4, maybe 5 years now, and still haven't done that. Next hat. This is a hat that I made for Mario. We were going to Comic-Con, and we didn't have any costumes prepared, and we didn't have any time or money to make costumes. So I've been building up, I don't know why it's taking me so long to build this Mario costume, but I've been building Mario costume for way too long. I lost my gloves. I need to get those again. But I had a Mario hat, but I didn't have overalls. So we ended up buying some suspenders and maybe even a red dress shirt. But I went as a classy Mario. Red fedora and I used a white paint pen for that. Before I did the paint pen, I did test it on the inside to make sure it would work, and it did. And then we went to Comic-Con as classy Mario and Peach. I had my dress shoes, I had my slacks, I had my suspenders, and a red dress shirt, and it looked super cool. I did have my white gloves too. And my wife found a Peach costume, so we got an off-the-rack Peach costume for that. Cool. Next one is on the top of my stack. And all of the baseball caps I am going to be showing, and my top hat. I did wear them all at once, stacked up on my head. Actually, some of them were not in the stack because I didn't have them or just decided not to. I don't know. But I did wear them for a hat day at work once when I was at my favorite job. So this hat is my second landscaping hat, and it is still filthy. I have not washed it because I have not gotten around to it. I do want to wash a number of my hats, this being the main one. But I did cover up the company because I feel I want their, I don't know. Maybe I'll talk to my boss, and if he says so, or if I don't know, if he's still in business or something and wants a little bit of um, advertising, I'll go ahead and put the name in the comments or description and pin it and whatever. But this is the second hat, but it's a large flex fit, and that was still a little bit too small, so I stretched it all the way out, and now it fits because I would let my hair get crazy like this, and your head grows when you have a lot of hair, but it's actually a little loose right now. Cool. This was the first hat for that landscaping company. I think Toro was kind of a sponsor for them, but Toro is a mainly lawnmower brand. I think they do like a couple of weed trimmers or other things, but I wore this for a little bit until they came out with that company hat, and then I switched over. So most of this filth is not me. Just kind of gross, but oh well. This is one of my favorite hats. I love this hat. This was from my barber school that I went to, and oh, I love it. It's got, so it's TA for the name of the school, and then they have a straight razor there for the crossbar of the A. Large, extra large, like all my flex fits need to be. But I saw someone at the school with this, like one of the teachers or someone, and I was like, I need one of those. And then a couple weeks later, they're like, okay, hats came in. If you want one, get one. So I went and I got me one as fast as I could. And this one needs to be washed too because the white's starting to get dirty. But I love this hat. All right. This next hat is another hat that I use for like work and stuff. I don't care about getting it dirty. This was for a week camp, day camp of sorts, for scout type thing. But it was made specially for that. So if anyone has one of these hats, you probably were there, and you know what I'm talking about. But we had a lot of fun. There was zip lining, like it shows in the picture, horse riding, which we didn't end up doing. There was a massive water slide and a bunch of other things. Knife throwing, axe throwing, obstacle course, which for my group, I think I was the third fastest, and I think I was the heaviest, and I was running it in Crocs with no socks. And I got like third or fourth fastest. My brother was like second, and yeah. This one is one of my more recent acquisitions. I think my sister-in-law picked this up from some kind of event, or my wife, I don't remember. But Chairman's Reserve is again, not sponsored, but Chairman's Reserve is like a meat company that provides to grocery stores or something like that. This one's a quick one. It's an American flag hat. Got that for the 4th of July a few years ago. Relatively cheap. Oh, I was going to comment on the clasp, but I thought this tail came out a little farther. It doesn't hold as much. It likes to slides. But enough about that one. Ugh, starting to fall. This one is, see, I haven't worn this since I've had this much hair. But a plasma donation company that I've done plasma with. All right, winter is coming. Me and my wife watched season 1 and then a couple episodes of season 2 of Game of Thrones. House Stark. Coincidentally, that's just the hat I got. I can't remember which came first, the hat or the house. My pick, but yeah. I worked for TV companies a couple times throughout my life, and so they had a lot of swag from HBO and other things and shows and stuff, so we got a lot of that stuff. And then, yes. I have not worn this hat. Oh, one of my kids was wearing this hat. It's shrunk way down. At least I'm pretty sure one of my kids was wearing this one. All right, that's better. This is a cruise ship, Jewel of the Sea, Royal Caribbean. Most of my family, extended family, and everyone, grandparents, aunts, uncles, cousins, a lot of cousins, all that went on a cruise. Me and my immediate family could not join, and so my grandma brought me and my brother a few souvenirs to pick from. I picked a hat. This was one of the oldest items in my hat collection, and I like it. It does have a couple things that glow under the black light, but it's not the colors you expect. I would expect the white, but it's like the teal parts that glow. And if you want, you can go back up and see what would glow and what wouldn't. Of course, if you hold the black light to your camera, it's not going to show up. This one. This is a company I worked for, and I feel comfortable talking about that and mentioning that I did work for this company specifically because I don't think they're in business anymore. But they were a door-to-door company. I worked for them for a couple months, and my boss gave this to me one day as, this is what I remember. He's like, here, go ahead and take this. If anyone earned it today, it's you, because I worked my butt off that day and knocked on a lot of doors, got a lot of rejections. I did not like that job. I lost money on that job. Did not make hardly any sales at all. This next hat. I worked for this hat. Okay. Blood Source. Some of you may be familiar with Blood Source. I don't have been, up until recently-ish. I donated blood as much as I could from the age of 16 up until, let's say, 10 years ago when I moved out of California. And then I switched over to plasma. But they would, at a certain point, they stopped giving like a t-shirt every single time, and they started a point system. If you gave whole blood, it was X number of points. If you gave serum or plasma or something, but for different kinds they had different things, and I donated platelets a lot with this company because they asked me all the time because I had some kind of rare something with my blood that was very beneficial and very helpful, and so they wanted me a lot. And I saved up a bunch of points. I got this hat after I moved out of California, and I got a polo shirt with my hat with points that I saved up a bunch for. I can't wear my polo shirt anymore because it just got too stained, unfortunately. But I worked for this hat. I saved up a lot of points, and I didn't think I was going to get it. I moved out and I checked my points, and I was like, oh, I have enough. And so I got it. I was excited to get it, and I could have picked a number of colors. I picked royal blue. And, O equipe nacional de futebol do Brasil. National football team for Brazil. This is a hat for them. I did get this in the U.S. after my time in Brazil. This is a high quality hat. It's got, it is black. I was thinking green, but it's got the black interior, which kind of has started to bleed through to this side because of sweat and whatnot. I like this hat. It's nice, bright and yellow. I have a tie that matches that color. I think it's pretty close. Banana yellow is the tie, but I got this hat from a secondhand store. It is, from the research that I could do, is for is it door-to-door company or alarm company or something, but it has an armadillo on it, which was my favorite animal for a long time. I still like them a lot, but I don't know if I would consider them a favorite animal anymore. It's late at night, and yeah. I didn't wear a hat for a long time today on National Hat Day, even after I found out it was National Hat Day. I just forgot to put a hat on. And it was only like an hour or two ago I decided to make this video. I mentioned this hat earlier in this video. This is my Mario cap. I got it off of Wish, And I got a Luigi hat for my brother too, and he sent it back to me a little bit ago. But that's okay. I forgot I had that one. Otherwise, I would have grabbed the Luigi hat too. So, hat that I mentioned that's not in this video. This is another quick one. This was my wife's hat. She got it from her job that she worked at. Another quick one. This one is, I just had a cool design. I got it from a lost and found at a restaurant I worked at for a while. And this is breaking. I am going to either throw this away or give it away because I thought it was super cool, and then I had it and I just became lackluster. Excuse me. This one is for a company I worked for. And I got it a swag after a while. They didn't have them for a long time, and then they had one, and I, of course, got one as fast as I could. I think it shrunk down for one of my kids. And this one is the one where the tail's coming out. This one holds better than the American flag hat, because it's got teeth in it. But, yeah. I could go on a whole video about just different kinds of hats, flex fit, fitted, different kinds of closures in the back, all that stuff. This hat, my dad sent to me. It just covered up because it is the company he works for. I do think he did mention that they rebranded since he sent me this hat. I don't know if they have the same name or anything, but it's an old hat. But again, covered up because it's not my business to show. I don't want to show it. I did leave this in the windshield or rear window of my car for a while, and so it is faded weird because it was folded up somehow and just sitting there for a couple months maybe. Team Valor, Pokemon Go. Again, I got this from Wish. No, I didn't. There was some random company that had some promotion going on. Sign up for all these different things or enter all these entries and you can get a hat for free, shipping only, so I did. I was expecting it to be embroidered. I don't know why, but it's just a vinyl stick-on, and these panels are... Okay, that is supposed to be there. That is an actual break in the design, not it peeling off. But the red is just panels, vinyl panels or whatever on. It's not actual cloth panels. I have seen the high quality ones where this is actually embroidered and raised with, thread and everything. I might get one eventually, but that one still works really well. Again, I worked for a few different television companies, and HBO gives television companies a lot of swag. So HBO Go, I think this was no, it wasn't soon after HBO Go started. This was a few years after. All right, I'm getting down to the bottom of the pile. Okay, how you doing? This is a nice trucker's hat. 7-Up. It just looks really cool. My sister-in-law's work had a company barbecue. It was an event open for the whole community. We've got a small community here. And you had a chance to win a free item or something like that. I don't think I did, but she knew I wanted one, and so she snagged one. So thank you. It looks nice, and it's pretty good quality for giving things away for free. Whew. Yeah, this one was definitely because my daughter wore this to school. She was allowed to wear a hat because she was doing good. Oh yeah, and this hat is super small. Anyways, this one never really fit my head very well, but I still like it. So I got this hat from my cousin. We were on a road trip together, and he was just like, "Hey, here you go. I don't want it anymore." I was like, "Okay." It's a cool Griffin design trucker hat with some tears and stuff, a little fleur-de-lis. Again, it doesn't really fit on my head very well. I think the crown's a little low, but it does like to pop off. This is the correct sizing, but it's still It just doesn't like my head. Let me just try it like this real quick. That's a little better. But it feels really high. It feels like it wants to just pop off real easy. I don't wear it too much, but I still like it. I think this is the only team hat in the pile today. But San Jose Sharks. Oh! And I'm wearing my San Jose Sharks shirt. It's just the colors of the team. But I bought this while me and my wife were visiting California for her cousin's wedding, I think it was. And we were out with her friend, and we had stopped by a hat shop, and I saw this, and it was 20 some odd dollars. And so I snatched it up. It is too small because it is not flex fit. It is just a small medium. So that is really small for my big fat head. But I've been able to stretch it out so it does fit my big fat head. Cool. That's all the hats that I have here. I'm going to talk about a couple hats that I have owned that I miss and that like really stand out in my memory. First one that comes to mind is a hat that I got from a Walgreens. They had like a 2 for $5 or 2 for something sale, and me and my brother were both there, and we're like, yeah. And so we went and we picked out a couple hats. Mine had a cobra on the front. It was a nice thick embroidery. But it was a black hat, had the cobra on it. I think it had a sandwiched brim like one of these hats has. And I think it was black on black with white in the middle. But what I did is I had found a length of string and it wasn't a zip tie. It was like those yellow bands that are attached like boxes sometime. I tied it to the closure in the back. It was a Velcro closure. And so I had these two tails hanging off the back of my hat. I took it off at some church event or something and never saw it again. I even went to the Lost and Found, never saw it again. Next hat was BKB for Big Knockout Boxing. I got it again at a TV company. And last I looked, you couldn't find any videos of Big Knockout Boxing matches. They're like supposed to be more intense and faster and stuff. I don't know. But it was cool. It was a black hat. It had black embroidery for BKB, the logo, and it was black on black, and it was a great hat. I left it somewhere at some restaurant, I think it was. Called a few trying to find it. Nope. Okay. Hats from when I was younger. I was in baseball when I was young. So I did coach pitch and 1 year of Little League. And then for some reason I never did baseball again. I love baseball. And surprisingly, I do not have a baseball hat. Well, baseball team baseball hat. My first team was for the LA Dodgers that I played for when I was on coach pitch. And that hat is gone. I have no idea what happened to it. Of course, it would fit a 7-year-old. My second hat was for the Orioles, so that's the second team I played on. That hat, the snapback clasp, got chewed on by my aunt's puppy. It still fit. I was still able to wear it, but I just had, a bunch of teeth marks in the back. And I think that's all the hats that I no longer own. Hats I want / need. I want one for my minor league baseball team, the Orem Owls. I mentioned them in, I don't know, maybe it got edited out. But my Owlbear mini that I painted for D&D, it's upstairs in my room. That mini also appeared in the Magic Weapon mini video. I'll put a link to that one here. And the Orem Owls, that Owlbear mini, the paint job was inspired by the mascot for the Orem Owls. There we go. It's an owl with a baseball for a head. And they've since moved from Utah over to Colorado. I'm kind of bummed about that, and they're changing their colors to blue. And on their National Hat Day post, they had all their hats in blue. And I want one of the classic red ones. I still have not bought one. Just because I've never felt I've had the money on hand to buy one, and it's $35, which is a little bit pricier but it is a fitted hat. And yeah, I mean, I might have pictures up posted already. So you've seen the hat. If I've done my job right, I'll have had a picture up here. Next hat that I want/need would be an LA Dodgers hat. Fitted, but for some reason I still don't have one, and I don't. All right, another hat that I want that I just remembered after filming, and this is inserted, so enjoy the rest of the video. But another hat that I would like is from a rapper. Surprisingly enough, I'm not the biggest fan of rap, but I'm a big fan of hats, and he has a good hat. He goes by Prophecy. I think it's just Prophecy SLC or Prophecyut. I don't know, but Prophecy. He was one of my managers at one of my jobs, and he's a really cool guy. I've listened to just a couple of his songs. I'm sorry, Prophecy, I haven't listened to more, but I think I followed you on Spotify. Go ahead and check him out on Spotify. Probably, I'll try and put a link down in the below description. But, the song I did listen to, it was good. It's not my kind of music, but it's really high quality. But I really like his logo on the hat, and the hats look really cool. And so I want one, and I think he still has them. I hope so. I just need to save up a little bit of money and order one. But he's a great guy. He's got really good music. Check him out. On to the rest of the video. Last hat. I'm pretty sure this is the last hat that I will talk about. No, it's not. But this hat is it's a Tabasco hat that has little pockets on the side for the mini Tabasco bottles. And I want one. It's awesome. There's been many times where I've been out and about and wanted some Tabasco, but haven't had any. With that problem is not an issue, not a problem. Okay, I think this is the last hat I'm going to talk about. And it's more of it's not a specific hat like, the last couple I mentioned, but it's a type. I want to get an actual top hat. And I saw one that was like the one I wanted years ago. I almost bought it when I had the money to buy it, but that would have probably broke me at that time. But it's a top hat, and the style is specifically, or more commonly generalized as the Mad Hatter. And so it does have a flare at the top. It was kind of tall. It was a nice hat, but it was $90, and I was just like, I saw it at the state fair back in California. My brother got a cowboy hat that day. Oh, okay, it's not. There was a cowboy hat at the gas station just down the street in the summertime. I'm gonna get one this year. It's $35 also, but I missed out on it this year. And okay, one other hat. This is a hat that I used to have and just remembered that I lost. My wife got me a Carhartt hat for birthday or Christmas or something. It was a baseball cap. I don't remember what color it was. I think it was green, and I think it had the little leather square logo right on the front. It was a good hat. I misplaced it. I must have left it at a restaurant here in Montana or something. But that is going to be the end of this video because I have gone on for, according to my camera, 35 minutes and 10 seconds, and I'm going to shave that down a little bit. So, sorry this video ran longer than I was expecting, but if you stuck to this far to the end, thank you for watching. I hope this was entertainment. I had fun making this video. I did want to shout out my other channel, Shave Up. I put up a video on there recently. And then a couple days later, I hit 100 subscribers over there. So that was super exciting. I've been doing that channel for, I haven't looked, but I think I've been doing that for 5 years or so. And I hit 100 subscribers, so I'm excited. Stick to it if you're doing YouTube or anything else that you're kind of getting a slow on. If you really want to do it and meet your goals. So go check out that channel. Leave link somewhere. You'll find it. Description probably is easiest place to find it. But thank you for watching. This is a professor from my garage. Me and my hat say have a happy National Hat Day next year, because this isn't going up for a couple days. But happy National Hat Day. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. And my hats are off to you. Have a wonderful day.